What's going on, guys? And today we're going to be talking about the nominations for the BAFTAs. And now, if you don't really know what the BAFTAs are, it's pretty much what is it called? It's pretty much the British equivalent of the Oscars, and they operate very similarly as well. For the most part, nominees are chosen by each individual branch, or as the BAFTAs call them, chapters. Uh, but with choosing the winners, everybody votes in every category. I've already gone into great length as to why I think that's a bad idea. And it's the same case with the Oscars, because when you're choosing winners, you'll have people who don't know anything about whatever category they're voting on that category. Like, for example, what would Charlize Theron know about visual effects that Joe Letteri wouldn't know 30 times over? See, it's that kind of stuff. But regardless, the BAFTAs are still interesting because they are an interesting precursor to the Oscars. And so we're going to be talking about that right now. I might as well not waste any time and get on with what has been nominated for the BAFTAs. This year's BAFTAs, the 75th BAFTAs, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so, yeah. I think we might as well start off, maybe we could start off with, I'm trying to think if we should go from the bottom or the top. I guess we'll go for I guess we'll probably go for. Let's go for the top. Let's go from the top to the bottom. All right. Best film. Best film. In this category, they have five nominees. And the nominees for best film, and let me just make sure everything looks good here. And yes, it does. All right, just trying to make sure everything looks good for you guys. For best film, they have Belfast, Don't Look Up, Dune, Licorice Pizza, and The Power of the Dog. I will say I am a bit surprised that Don't Look Up made it to the BAFTAs, because the BAFTAs are pretty hard, are a lot harder on movies and whatnot. So this was a bit of a surprise. Um, I fully expect Don't Look Up to get nominated for the Oscar for Best Picture. I fully expect that. Um, but yeah, again, the only movie I haven't seen out of these is Licorice Pizza, and it's like I. I just like I need to see Licorice Pizza, but again, it's not playing anywhere near me. But overall, it's a good list of movies. Love Belfast. I like Don't Look Up, but I don't love it. I wouldn't nominate it for best film. Dune, out of these five nominees, again, well, I guess four considering I haven't seen Licorice Pizza, but out of the four that I've seen, I would choose this for best picture. Again, haven't seen Licorice Pizza, and I like The Power of the Dog, but I probably wouldn't nominate it. But yeah, so I guess for me, really, it's just kind of between Belfast and Dune. But I already know for a fact The Power of the Dog is going to win this. It's not even close. Outstanding debut by a British writer, director, or producer. After Love, Aleem Khan, director and writer. Boiling Point, James Cummings, writer. Hester Rolfe, producer. Also written by Philip Barentini and produced by Bart Ruspoli. So yeah. The Harder They Fall, James Samuel, writer and director, also written by Boaz Yakin. Yeah. Keyboard Fantasies, Posse Dixon, writer director, Liv Proctor, producer. Passing, Rebecca Hall, writer and director. And yeah, literally, I've seen The Harder They Fall and I've seen Passing. I need to think about The Harder They Fall a bit more. I will say I loved Passing. Passing was great. This is not, outstanding British film. Outstanding British film has been like really expanded over the past couple of years because it's like this is their like 10 film list. Um, Yeah, so outstanding British film: After Love, Ali and Ava, Belfast, Boiling Point, Cyrano, Everybody's Talking About Jamie, House of Gucci, Last Night in Soho, No Time to Die, and Passing. Now, I will say I'm kind of surprised House of Gucci is on there because that movie had like a mixed response from people. If I'm not mistaken, let me just go to House of Gucci. I saw House of Gucci was a bit too slow for me. Well, I mean, it has a 63% Rotten Tomatoes, so like, I guess this must be one of those cases where like the people who liked it really, really liked it. Um, I have not seen. I've not seen After Love. I have not seen Alienava. I love Belfast. Have not seen Boiling Point. Have not seen Cyrano. Have not seen Everybody's Talking About Jamie. I have seen House of Gucci. Again, it's a little bit too slow for me. I have not seen Last Night in Soho, but I'm probably gonna have to make it a priority to watch this one. I've seen No Time to Die. I really liked it, but I wouldn't say I loved it. And I love Passing. I think out of all these, my pick for outstanding British film would be Belfast. It probably would be Belfast. So yeah. Film not in the English language: Drive My Car, The Hand of God, Parallel Mothers, Petite Maman, and The Worst Person in the World. I'm shocked Flea didn't get in there. I'm shocked Flea didn't get in there. I have not seen any of these because, well, they haven't been available to watch. So, yeah. Outstanding document, like best documentary. Becoming Cousteau. If I'm not mistaken, that's on Disney Plus. Becoming Cousteau, Cow, Flea, The Rescue, Summer of Soul. I need to see. I might try to see The Rescue, and I definitely need to see Summer of Soul. Um, but I have seen Flea, and actually, I'll probably get into more of that when it comes to best animated film. Best animated film: Encanto, Flea, Luca, and The Mitchells vs. the Machines. There's usually like 3 nominees every year, but this year there was 4. Um, I've seen all of these. Encanto's probably going to win. I love Encanto, but I have a couple of picks over it. Flea, I finally saw Flea, and I'm telling you, man, like, uh, uh okay, like, hold on. I didn't like Luca all that much, and The Mitchells vs. the Machines, I still think is for me the best animated film of the year, but previously, Encanto was my second favorite animated film of the year until I saw Flea, and I'm telling you, Flea is absolutely brilliant. It still wouldn't crack my top 10 of 2021, but I'm not gonna lie, it probably would have been number 11. So there is that. Best director. And what I find interesting is that for like director and the acting categories, they've expanded the categories to 6, which is a bit odd, but I don't. Whatever. After Love, Alim Khan, Drive My Car. Oh Jesus, I can't pronounce this. Ryusuke Hamaguchi. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'm so sorry. Uh, Happening, Audrey Diwan, Licorice Pizza, Paul Thomas Anderson, The Power of the Dog, Jane Campion, and Titane, Julia Ducournau. Wait. Julia Ducournau. I don't. Yeah. A couple of big surprises. Denis Villeneuve for Dune isn't nominated, despite the film getting nominated for the most BAFTAs this year with 11. Which if you're going to nominate a film that many times, then why wouldn't you nominate the film why wouldn't you nominate uh, Denis Villeneuve for Best Director? And Steven Spielberg didn't get in there for West Side Story, and I gotta say for Best Film as well, like, West Side Story wasn't in there. I hope Spielberg, I'm pretty, at this point, I'm pretty sure, that, Denis Villeneuve is a lock. Like, because here's the thing. Currently, the nominees for the Directors Guild of America Awards for Best Director are Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog, Licorice Pizza for Paul Thomas Anderson, Steven Spielberg for West Side Story, Denis Villeneuve for Dune, and Kenneth Branagh for Belfast. One of them is going to get. I think one of them is going to get bumped out in favor of the Drive My Car guy, the director of Drive My Car. I was thinking maybe it'd be Paul Thomas Anderson, but I'm worried it's going to either be Kenneth Branagh or Steven Spielberg that gets bumped out. Now, granted, I still have not seen Drive My Car, but it's like, man, it is a war zone out here in terms of who could get snubbed. Best original screenplay, being The Ricardos, Belfast, Don't Look Up, King Richard, and Licorice Pizza. I have seen. Wait, no, I have not seen Licorice Pizza. I've seen everything else. Being The Ricardos, I liked Being The Ricardos, but I didn't love it. I thought there were more interesting things. Like, it was telling two stories. Like, Being The Ricardos was telling. Well, yeah, it was telling two stories. One of them was Lucille Ball's rise to fame, and the other one was this other story that I didn't even know about, where um, where apparently she was being accused of communism during the Red Scare. That part was way more interesting than her rise to fame. I wish it would have focused on more on, the whole communism stuff, because that's fascinating. But yeah, Belfast. Out of all of these, I'd choose Belfast to win. I don't know if it's gonna win though. Don't Look Up. Uh, I like Don't Look Up, and for the had it not but here's the problem. I would have loved it, and maybe it would have cracked my top 10 of 2021. But the mid credit scene. I didn't care for the end credit scene either, but the mid credit scene is so awful. All I will say is that it involves something that looks like a bird. That mid credit scene was so awful in every single way conceivable. And I was like, oh my god. Like, it took a movie that was great and to where it took it down to where I still thought it was good. I thought it was a good movie, but man, that should have been like a deleted scene or something. Because everything was going so great up to that point. It was both hilarious, sad, anger inducing, but King Richard, again, I liked King Richard, although I wouldn't quite say I would give it a Best Original Screenplay nomination. And again, I have not seen Licorice Pizza, so like I said, out of all these, Belfast is my choice to win. Best Adapted Screenplay, Coda, Drive My Car, Dune, The Lost Daughter, and The Power of the Dog. Uh, let's see. I have seen all of these. No, I have not seen. I have not seen Drive My Car. Damn it. I so yeah. Love Coda. I thought it had a great screenplay. Have not seen Drive My Car. Dune might be my choice to win out of all of these. The Lost Daughter I thought was very well written, and The Power of the Dog I thought was very well written too. But out of all these, I'd probably say Dune, because I feel like reading a little bit of that, like reading some of that screenplay, it really felt like something else. Like, I love the way it would describe what you're seeing and whatnot. Like, I thought that was really, really cool. Best Leading Actress: Lady Gaga for House of Gucci, Alana Haim for Licorice Pizza, Emilia Jones for Coda, Renate Reinsve for The Worst Person in the World. Again, I'm sorry, I haven't. I can't. Yeah. Joanna Scanlan for After Love, and Tessa Thompson for Passing. Okay, there's so many wrenches thrown in here. For one, let's see, once again, Kristen Stewart for House of Gucci. No, wait, no. Kristen Stewart for Spencer. Nowhere to be seen. Although I kind of expected it wouldn't, considering it's a biopic about Princess Diana, and it interprets some things, and I think the leader of like I don't know if I don't know if he's the president, but like of the BAFTAs, but I think it's Prince Will. Wait, I'm gonna make sure I get this right because yeah, the president of the BAFTAs is Prince William, and it just so happens that his mother is Princess Diana. So could this be the reason why? Like, because I don't think Spencer got any nominations. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. But yeah, something about this. I don't know. Something about having the prince, like Prince William, being the president of the BAFTAs. I feel like it just sounds like a conflict of interest to me. It just kind of sounds like a conflict of interest. So, yeah. But like Nicole Kidman um, isn't in there for being the Ricardos. Uh, who else was like I'm trying to look up who else was some of the front runners. Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye isn't in there. If I'm not, yeah, Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter isn't nominated here, and that's crazy because the BAFTAs love Olivia Colman. So yeah, this has thrown a few wrenches in there. Um, so yeah, yeah, look, it is kind of crazy. Actually, wait, let me look at the Screen Actors Guild Awards because and see who was nominated for leading actress there, and see if I have any more commentary on that. Uh, Jennifer Hud. Okay, yeah, the only other one I see is Jennifer Hudson for Respect. I don't see the BAFTAs ever nominating Jennifer Hudson. So yeah, Best Leading Actor: Adil Akhtar for Ali and Ava, Mahershala Ali for Swan Song, Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog, Leonardo DiCaprio for Don't Look Up, Stephen Graham for Boiling Point, and Will Smith for King Richard. This was actually a bit of a pleasant surprise for me. Now granted, what like it's like considering the White Tiger, like I've been like sadly the White Tiger isn't really getting as much talk as because because of COVID and whatnot, all the award shows decided to include like 2021 movies from January to February, and I still think that was a bad idea. I would have probably nominated Adarsh Gaurav for Best Leading Actor, but he did get that in last year's BAFTAs, so that's cool. Um, Let me go through these. I have not seen Ali and Ava. Um, Mahershala Ali in Swan Song. That's interesting, and I'll come back to that here in a bit. But he was phenomenal in the film. I mean, he's Mahershala Ali. He's like one of the best actors working today. Of course, he's going to be fantastic. Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog, not a surprise. Leonardo DiCaprio for Don't Look Up is a bit of a surprise, but again, a pleasant one because I thought he was phenomenal in this movie. Like, he is literally just like just representing the fury and frustration over being a scientist whose science is being politicized. I I thought he captured that so well. Stephen Graham for Boiling Point, I've not seen Boiling Point, and Will Smith for King Richard. Will Smith is currently the frontrunner to win uh, most of the awards. Like, he won the Golden Globe, he's probably going to win the Critics' Choice Award, and he might even win the SAG Award. He's not winning in the BAFTAs. He's absolutely not. Although I will say one thing that's a bit of a surprise. Denzel Washington did not get a nomination for The Tragedy of Macbeth. Now, it's both surprising and not surprising. It's surprising on the level on that I thought he gave one of the best leading male performances of the year, but it's also not that much of a surprise because the BAFTAs have never once nominated Denzel Washington for anything, which is kind of weird considering when you look at Denzel Washington's filmography, like he's like one of the best actors out there, and he's never been nominated for anything at the BAFTAs. Again, that's very very weird. So if Denzel Washington has never won anything at the BAFTAs, And even Chadwick Boseman, who was the front runner to win Best Lead Actor at the BAFTAs last year, he didn't win. He lost to Anthony Hopkins for The Father, which subsequently Anthony Hopkins also beat Chadwick in the Oscars. But I'm telling you right now, Will Smith is not winning this for King Richard. But I will say, Mahershala Ali for Swan Song, completely agree with this. I don't know, like, again, I have to put myself in a position where it's like, I've because I'm trying to put myself in a position without the white tiger, because again, they changed the rules in last year's award season. Especially if we're talking about a list of six. If we're talking about a list of six, I could probably see myself nominating Benedict Cumberbatch. Let me just, yeah, actually, let me just check on something real quick to make sure that. Let's see. Hold on just a minute, because where is it? Where is that stuff? Let's see. Best lead actor. Best lead actor. Best lead actor. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Andrew Garfield didn't get in there for Tick Tick Boom. That's also crazy. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, Tick Tick Boom got no nominations at this year's BAFTAs, which is kind of crazy. Um, I actually like. I think the main locks for the best leading actor Oscar are going to be Will Smith for King Richard, Denzel Washington for The Tragedy of Macbeth, Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog, uh, Andrew Garfield for Tick Tick Boom, and I'm not gonna lie, I think that fifth slot is really close between three actors. It's going to be either Leonardo DiCaprio for Don't Look Up, Mahershala Ali for Swan Song, or Javier Bardem for Being the Ricardos. Because if you remember, Javier Bardem got nominated for the SAG Award for Best Lead Actor, and it's a bit of a coin toss as to whether or not he'll get nominated the for the Oscar for Best Leading Actor, because granted, in last year's SAG Awards, Best Lead Actor was carbon copy and paste. Like, all the nominees for the SAG Award for Best Leading Actor got nominated for the Best Lead Actor Oscar. But, like, I will just say this, I still think I think at this point we just might as well call Peter Dinklage a lost cause for Best Lead Actor at the Oscars. He's not getting in there. I think it really is between Mahershala Ali for Swan Song, Leonardo DiCaprio for Don't Look Up, and Javier Bardem for Being the Ricardos. Which one man, it's really tough. If Benedict Cumberbatch or Mahershala Ali, because I'm telling you, Mahershala Ali, I would not be surprised if he got nominated. But again, Leonardo DiCaprio is great as well. So who knows? We'll come back to that. Best Supporting Actress: Katrina Balfe for Belfast, Jessie Buckley for The Lost Daughter, Ariana DeBose for West Side Story, Ann Dowd for Mass, Anjanu Ellis for King Richard, and Ruth Negga for Passing. I have seen all of these. So, I can give my full thoughts on them. Man, this is all of these actresses were so good. All of them were so good at, and I'm like, man. Jessie Buckley, I think she's getting nominated for the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. No one's putting her in except for the BAFTAs. So as of right now, the BAFTAs is the only major awards body putting Jessie Buckley in that nomination slot. So don't be surprised if she pops up in the Oscars, because I thought she was fantastic in The Lost Daughter. Ariana DeBose is everyone's favorite to win Best Supporting Actress. She could win in the BAFTAs, maybe. I don't know. and Dowd for Mass. This is like this and the Critics' Choice Awards, the BAFTAs and the Critics' Choice Awards have so far been the only major bodies to nominate Anne Dowd for Best Supporting Actress for Mass. At least that's why. At least I think that's the case. I think that is the case. And I will say she delivered one hell of a performance. I mean, everyone in Mass delivered an incredible performance. Which also, I just realized, Mass didn't get nominated for Best Original Screenplay, which again shocks me because it's like, I thought Mass had like, in my opinion, the best screenplay of the year. Period. So that's crazy. But let's see. I'm trying to think if she. Yep, Anne Dowd did get nominated for the Critics' Choice Award for Mass. I don't think she got nominated for the Golden Globe, and I don't think she got nominated for the Screen Actors Guild. Let me just double check the Screen Actors Guild just to make sure. And she didn't. So this will be interesting. Ella, like, Ingenue Ellis for King Richard, again, she was great. And Ruth Negga for Passing was fantastic as well. Out of all these, who'd be my choice to I I think Jessie Buckley and Ariana DeBose are getting in there. The King Richard lady, Ingenue Ellis, I think she'd probably get in there, possibly. Katrina Balfe, maybe for Belfast? I don't know. But, yeah. Best Supporting Actor, and this is where things get very interesting. Uh-oh, there's a little bit of a loading problem here. Oh, what the? Oh, okay. Oh no, damn it. Some things just got screwed up. Let me just fix this real quick. Let me just try to refresh the page. See if that helps. Should probably... Where were we? Oh yeah. Best Supporting... Damn it. Why is everything just not responding right now? This is stupid. Come on, respond already. Like this is just ridiculous. Anyway, okay, now we're back. At least I think we're back. Yeah? 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 Nah. Best Supporting Actor. Mike Faced for West Side Story. Sirian Hines for Belfast. Troy Kotsur for Coda. Woody Norman for Come On, Come On, Jesse Plemons for The Power of the Dog, and Cody Smith-McPhee for The Power of the Dog. He's winning this. Cody Smith-McPhee's winning this. He's been sweeping like every award. He's going to win this. I will say the big surprise, Mike Faced for West Side Story. And the funny thing is, I probably wouldn't. I was thinking when he came out of West Side Story, I was thinking, yeah, I'd probably nominate him for Best Supporting Actor. And I think, because here's the thing, he's been showing up nowhere in like the major awards bodies up until now. He didn't get nominated for the Golden Globe. He didn't get nominated for the Critics' Choice Award, and he didn't get nominated for the Screen Actors Guild Award. Although I think he will make it to the Oscars. I feel like there's something about him that's going to attract Oscar voters, and I think he's just a. I think he's just phenomenal. I think out of all these actors, out of all these nominees, I'd probably pick him to win Best Supporting Actor, at least in the BAFTAs. Here, Sirian Hines was great in Belfast. Troy Kotsur is probably my second choice to win for Coda. I have not seen Come On, Come On. Jesse Plemons was great in The Power of the Dog, although I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was pretty good, although he didn't really stand out. He didn't really stand out anywhere near as much as like Cody Smith-McPhee did. So that was a little bit of a surprise. But obviously I think Cody Smith-McPhee is gonna win this. It's his yeah. But again, like I said, out of all of them, I think Mike Face would probably be my choice to win. Actually, who are some of the surprise omissions? Jared Leto for House of Gucci. That was a bit of a surprise that he got left out. Bradley Cooper in Licorice Pizza. He got left out. Let me just look at the Critics' Choice Awards to see. Jamie Dornan for Belfast didn't get in there. J.K. Simmons for Being the Ricardos didn't get in there. So again, it is a bit surprising. But yeah. Anyways, let's go to Best Original Score. Best Original Score, Being the Ricardos, Don't Look Up, Dune, The French Dispatch, and The Power of the Dog. Spencer once again didn't get in there. Man, this is tough. I've heard all these scores. They're all great. Being the Ricardos was a little bit of a surprise. Actually, who were some of the ones that I was one that? Because let me look. Best Original Score. Because I'm trying to make sure. I guess for the most part, everything seems to be kind of expected. I'm thinking Dune's going to win this. It's probably going to either be Dune or The Power of the Dog. Although Dune did win the Golden Globe, so we'll have to see how that goes. But I mean, this would probably be my choice. Dune is easily my pick to win Best Original Score. This is some of Hans Zimmer's best work ever. And I fully believe that this will be his gateway into winning his first Oscar since The Lion King. And so far, the Lion King has been his only score. So yeah. Best Casting. Boiling Point, Dune, Hand of God, King Richard, West Side Story. Man, all of this is so good. All these are so good. But it's kind of hard to judge casting aside from ensemble, because it's a little bit of difference. So I will admit this chair is just a little bit uncomfortable. I am a little bit in the dark, because I have to really think about casting and whatnot. I will say Dune definitely has some amazing casting in it. And I'm excited to see where some of these casting choices go in part 2. So yeah. Best Cinematography. Dune, Nightmare Alley, No Time to Die, The Power of the Dog, The Tragedy of Macbeth. Now I will say with this, it is kind of interesting that you're going to see No Time to Die in a lot of these, but keep in mind, in the BAFTAs really, really like James Bond. There's two franchises that the BAFTAs just love. They love James Bond and they love Harry Potter. Mainly because it's, British. So I would not be, I'm not surprised that you're going to see a lot of, No Time to Die nominations. Although I will say I was kind of surprised that No Time to Die didn't get in there for Best Film, again, considering how much the BAFTAs love James Bond. I think Dune's going to win this. I think Dune... So yeah, Nightmare Alley was not as much of a surprise, although I will say... once again, The French Dispatch has gotten no love for cinematography, which is a damn shame, because I thought The French Dispatch had some incredible cinematography. Belfast didn't get in there for cinematography, which again surprised me. And West Side Story, just like in the cinematography guild, West Side Story didn't get in there, which again surprises me. I don't expect No Time to Die to get in there for the Oscars, because again, the Oscars is American, the BAFTAs are British, and obviously the BAFTAs are going to lean more towards something that they like, that they really are familiar with. So yeah, but I think Dune will probably I do think Dune will probably get it. So yeah. Best Editing. Belfast, Dune, Licorice Pizza, No Time to Die, and Summer of Soul, which surprises me It surprises me because Summer of Souls documentary. It's actually on Hulu right now, and if you're outside the United States, it'll probably be on Disney Plus for you. You international people have it good when it comes to Disney Plus because you got so much content, so much more content. Um, but yeah, Summer of Souls a documentary, and it got nominated for Best Editing. So I'm definitely gonna have to check out Summer of Soul. I have not seen Licorice Pizza. I've just not seen that yet. Belfast had some great editing. Dune had some very good editing. And No Time to Die I thought had very good editing for its action scenes. So yeah, best production design: Cyrano, Dune, French Dispatch, Nightmare Alley, West Side Story. Cyrano's a little bit of a surprise, although granted I have not seen Cyrano yet, because the reason why I'm surprised over Cyrano is because it is just like hit like a dead stop in terms of the awards bodies. Like, everyone was thinking Peter Dinklage was going to get nominated for Best Lead Actor. I think it's safe to say that that is a lost cause by now, as I just previously said. But really, the BAFTAs is like really the only awards body that is giving Cyrano a lot of love. Which even then, they still didn't nominate Peter Dinklage. Dune, I expect Dune to win this easy. French Dispatch could steal from Dune. Nightmare Alley had some great production designing, and West Side Story had some great production designing as well. What was like? Were there any surprises? What were any surprises from that? That I was like, wait, what? It didn't get in there? Oh yeah, the tragedy of Macbeth didn't get in there for production designing. Although, is it that much of a surprise? I don't know. I don't know. Let me just look over here real quick to see what they could have maybe overlooked. Honestly, yeah, everything actually seems pretty steadfast here. So yeah. Oh wait, no, that's best editing again. Whoopsies. Best costume design. Jesus, my ass hurts right now from sitting in this chair. Cruella, Cyrano, Dune, The French Dispatch, Nightmare Alley. Nightmare Alley was a bit of a surprise for me there. I'm kind of surprised it got in there. West Side Story didn't get nominated for costume design, and House of Gucci didn't get in there for costume design. I'm actually kind of thinking in the Oscars, Coming to America is going to get nominated for costume design. So we'll have to see about that. But the winner has to be Cruella. Cruella, like, actually, yeah, once again, I have not seen Cyrano, so I can't quite comment on that. But I will say, out of the ones I have seen, Cruella, Dune, French Dispatch, and Nightmare Alley, Cruella's got to be the winner here. Like, it looked so good. Like, the costumes were phenomenal. Actually, wait. Costume design, The French Dispatch. Oh, yeah. Like, so that, again, that is kind of surprising. So, yeah. Best makeup and hair: Cruella, Cyrano, Dune, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, House of Gucci. For the most part, not really any surprises. So yeah, not really any surprises here. I think, come Oscar nomination, once the Oscar nominations get announced, I feel like Cyrano will be replaced by Coming to America. Otherwise, I think everything else is pretty safe here, and I'm expecting The Eyes of Tammy Faye to win. Because, my God, like, again, you're looking at Jessica Chastain here, and you're probably like, ugh, that makeup looks stupid. That's what Tammy Faye actually looked like. Her makeup was actually this stupid and nightmare-inducing. So, like, the movie nailed that to a T. So, yeah, there's that. This is a very interesting category right here. Best Sound. The nominees are Dune, Last Night in Soho, No Time to Die, A Quiet Place Part 2, and West Side Story. This is interesting. There are two movies that I wasn't really counting on to get nominated, yet here we are. Last Night in Soho and A Quiet Place Part 2. Now, I should also preface this. You're probably wondering where's Spider-Man No Way Home in all these categories. Spider-Man No Way Home did not qualify for the BAFTAs this year because by the time it was, like, basically by the time it was, how do I describe it? It's like the deadline to submit it to the BAFTAs had expired, probably because like they didn't meet the deadline. Sony didn't meet the deadline probably because they didn't want spoilers to get out. So it didn't qualify for any of the awards in the BAFTAs. So that's why. A Quiet Place Part 2, I'm starting to think is going to get nominated for Best Sound at the Oscars. I was thinking that it wouldn't because I would just, I kind of assumed that it wouldn't get in there for Best Sound because one would think it was just more of the same, like the whole sound editing and sound mixing. One would think it was more of the same, but it's not. I get at least from what it seems like with the sound people. And Last Night in Soho, I'm gonna have to really watch out for this one. I'm probably gonna watch Last Night in Soho sometime this week. I'm definitely gonna try to make an effort to see it before the Oscar nominations on Tuesday, next Tuesday. Yeah, next Tuesday. Yeah. So yeah. But obviously, I think Dune's gonna win. This is Dune's category. And speaking of Dune's category, we now have special visual effects. We have best special visual effects: Dune, Free Guy, Ghostbusters Afterlife, The Matrix Resurrections, and No Time to Die. A couple of surprises here. Now once again, Spider-Man didn't qualify because, Sony didn't submit didn't give access to the Sony didn't give access to No Way Home to access for No Way Home to the BAFTAs for a while, like basically until it was too late. So that's why it's not on here. But yeah, I called it. Ghostbusters Afterlife. I'm telling you, people, Ghostbusters Afterlife is getting nominated for the Oscar for best for best visual effects. I keep telling everyone you need to see Ghostbusters Afterlife to know what I'm talking about because there are a few things in that movie that make me go, I think it's getting nominated. Another pleasant surprise was Free Guy. Free Guy got in there. Now there are 5 nominees here, which makes things interesting. And all of these movies are on the visual effects shortlist at the Oscars. So that does make things interesting. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, let me just pull up an image real quick. Where is it? I need to pull out the visual effects Oscar shortlist for you guys. And let's see, transform, fit screen. Why in the world? Why? Okay, so this is kind of weird. And the reason why I bring this up, so as you can see, all the movies nominated for Best Visual Effects at the BAFTAs are on the Oscar shortlist. There are a couple of big surprises, though. And we will go through those surprises right now, because let's look at the Best Visual Effects long list at the BAFTAs. Let's look at the long list, because These were the movies that were in contention to be nominated for. These were the movies in contention to be nominated for Best Visual Effects at the BAFTAs. Yeah, yeah, the visual effects category will just stay right there, or at least the visual effects shortlist will stay right there. Okay, yeah. So this was the short list for the long list for the best visual effects at the BAFTAs: Black Widow, Cruella, Don't Look Up, Dune, Eternals, Free Guy, The French Dispatch, Ghostbusters Afterlife, The King's Man, Last Night in Soho, The Matrix Resurrections, No Time to Die, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, The Suicide Squad, and Venom: Let There Be Carnage. Now, all of the movies that got on the shortlist, like the Oscar shortlist right here, all of them made it on there except for two. One, Spider-Man: No Way Home, for reasons why I told you earlier, and Godzilla vs. Kong, which is interesting. Godzilla vs. Kong did not get in there. So, what does this mean? What does this mean? Yeah, because now I will say out of this long list, I would have chosen Dune, Free Guy, Ghostbusters, The Suicide Squad, and I don't know, either Shang-Chi or Black Widow. But that's beside. But I need to stay on topic. The reason why this is interesting now, granted, with No Time to Die, that's not really a surprise for me. It's not really a surprise that No Time to Die got in there because, I mean, the BAFTAs love James Bond. They love James Bond. But granted, I was expecting Ghostbusters Afterlife to get in there for visual effects. Free Guy getting in there also throws a chain in a wrench in the chain. Now, again, it's kind of hard to predict it because I think in the Oscars we have a few locks. Dune's getting nominated. Ooh, what the hell? My mouse was acting up. Dune's getting nominated. Ghostbusters is getting nominated, and Spider-Man's getting nominated. But I was going to say Shang-Chi, but while Shang-Chi, made it in the long list for best visual effects at the BAFTAs, it didn't get a nomination. So, could we actually see, oh man, see, this is what I'm talking about. Predicting the best visual effects Oscar category is going to be so hard this year. Because again, Dune is getting in there. Spider-Man, I think, is getting in there. Ghostbusters, I think, is getting in there. Ooh. I still don't think Matrix and No Time to Die are going to get nominated for Best Visual Effects, because No Time to Die. I mean, again, I go back to the Visual Effects Society Awards. It was nominated for Outstanding Visual Effects in a Photoreal Feature. That is the top prize of Visual Effects Society Awards. But here's the problem: it got nominated for no other awards. It got nominated for no other awards in the Visual Effects Society. Not even for the practical effects category. So again, it makes things interesting. I don't think No Time to Die is getting nominated for Best Visual Effects at the Oscars. Matrix Resurrections, I still don't think that's getting nominated for Best Visual Effects at the Oscars. Now, granted, I think it has better chances than No Time to Die did, because at least in the Visual Effects Society, it got nominated for the practical effects category, even though it got no other categories either. But for the most part with the Matrix Resurrections, it is more the same we've seen before with the Matrix franchise. So I don't think we're getting it. I don't think it's getting nominated. Again, Dune, Ghostbusters, and Spider-Man, I think, has to get in there in the Oscars. But those final two, I'm leaning towards Shang-Chi, because here's the thing. Before today, I would have said the nominee. I would have said that the nominees for best visual effects at the Oscars are going to be Dune, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Godzilla vs Kong, Shang-Chi, and Spider-Man: No Way Home. I would have said those would be the nominees. Now, granted, Godzilla vs Kong did not make the long list of the BAFTAs, but again, that's a very interesting thing to point out. Could I'm wondering if I should put Free Guy above Godzilla vs Kong. Because again, granted, like Ghostbusters Afterlife, it didn't get any nominations, but it apparently very much impressed at the visual effects Oscar Bake Off. At the Oscar Bake Off, because in the Bake Off they show like a few reels on how they did the visual effects for all 10 of these movies, and it's shown to the visual effects branch of the Academy plus some press. Actually, I think the public can go in there too. I think maybe. And he said, and the guy who there's a guy who knows a lot about the visual effects branch of the Oscars and whatnot and really keeps track of it is Will Mavity. He's on Twitter at Mavericks Movies, and he said, because he was there, and he said other than Dune, no one else really knows what's going to get nominated. Because none of the reels had particularly bad reels. All the reels, in presentations, were very well done, apparently. So again, it makes it really tough. I'm wondering if I should change, because here's the thing: if Godzilla vs Kong and Spider-Man were on the short list, if Godzilla vs Kong and Spider-Man were in the special visual effects long list at the BAFTAs, would they have gotten nominated? That's the key thing, because those are two of the biggest predictions I have. Those were two predictions I had for the BAFTAs. I'm starting to think because another thing that Will Mavity pointed out when it came to Free Guy was that Free Guy very much impressed with the Dude character. And if you know the Dude character, he's like the big Ryan Reynolds character. And basically what they did with him was that they took this big bodybuilder and put Ryan Reynolds' face onto him. But it's so seamless that you would it's actually incredible how seamless all that was. So Free Guy could get in there for that. And again, I'm thinking Ghostbusters is going to get in there as well. I have two different predictions here. One prediction is, for the Oscars, is Dune, Free Guy, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Shang-Chi, and Spider-Man. And the second prediction is Dune, Ghostbusters, Godzilla vs. Kong, Shang-Chi, and Spider-Man. I still don't think No Time to Die is going to get in there. I just still don't think it's going to get in there. Because Ghostbusters and Free Guy were doing some very revolutionary stuff. I mean, hell, even with Ghostbusters, there's an appearance by someone at the end that was very well done, but there's also the villain of the movie, which I also won't give away. But the villain was very interesting because they took the head, the head of the villain was real, but everything else was CGI, and they were doing something that I've never even heard of before, like time displacement effects, where some parts of the body were moving forward in time and others were moving backwards, or were getting dragged behind time or moving forward. I don't know. I didn't even notice that the body was entirely CGI. Now again, you'd have to see Ghostbusters Afterlife to know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the villain having time displacement body CGI. Oh, God, man, this chair is so uncomfortable. And again, man, this is tough. I've been talking about this category more than any of the others because it is... So yeah, I think I have two different scenarios. I think one scenario is Dune, Free Guy, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Shang-Chi, and Spider-Man. And scenario B is Dune, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Godzilla vs. Kong, Shang-Chi, and Spider-Man. With Matrix Resurrections, I feel like it's just more of the same Matrix effects we've seen before. And with No Time to Die, I don't think, like, it's the effects are still pretty standard. They're well done, but for the most part, still standard. Like basic, background extensions. There's one impressive scene that involves like a boat that's on fire that's sinking into the ocean, and all of it was CGI. That was kind of cool. But again, for the most part, I have seen it all before, and it's not all that dynamic. So we'll have to see about that. And yeah, there's also short British short animation, which I'll briefly go over but I can't really comment much on them because I have not seen them. And yeah, Affairs of the Art, Do Not Feed the Pigeons, and Night of the Living Dread. And we also have British short film, which is The Black Cop, Femme, The Palace, Stuffed, The Meetings of the Extraordinary Committee, and that's it. And there's also the Rising Star Award, voted for by the public: Ariana DeBose, Harris Dickinson, Lashana Lynch, Melissa Simmons, and Cody McPhee. So yeah, guys, those are the nominations for this year's BAFTAs. There were some surprises, some things I kind of expected. Let me just take this thing out of here real quick. Boop. And so, yeah, I think, yeah. Again, like I said, there were some surprises. There were some that weren't very much surprises. But I will say, this does get me very interested in who's going to get nominated for the Oscars. I still think, I've been telling everyone this ever since I saw Ghostbusters Afterlife in the theater. Ghostbusters Afterlife is getting that visual effects nomination. It is going to get that best visual effects nomination. Free Guy could too. It probably could as well. But either way, even then, Dune is winning the award. Because, even if Dune didn't already have the best visual effects of the year, it would win anyway because it's a Best Picture nominee. And, yeah. So there is that, guys. What do you think of the BAFTA nominations? What are your thoughts on them? Let me know in the comments below what you think. Thank you so much for watching. And again, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button, click that like button. I just did that in reverse order. I don't know why I did that. So, yeah, guys, share this video. And again, like I said, leave me your thoughts down in the comments below. And I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.